of entity type versus value types in Hibernate. Here you can see a big picture of entity types versus value types. To understand the behavior of various Java language level objects with respect to persistent service, Hibernate classify them into two groups, entity types and two value types. Entity types if an object has its own database identity, a primary key value, then its type is entity type. An entity an entity has its own life cycle. It may exist independently of any other entity. An entity reference to an entity instance is persistent as a reference to the database, a foreign key value. From this picture, the college is an entity type. It has its own database identity. It has a primary key. Value types. If an object does not have its own database identity, no primary key value, then its type is a value type. Value type objects belongs to an entity type object. It's embedded in the owning of entity and represent the table column in the database. Lifespan of a value type instance is bounded by lifespan of the owning entity instance. Basic value types. Basic value types are they map a single database value column to a single non-aggregated data type. Hibernate provides number of built-in data types. String, character, boolean, integer, long, byte, java.sql date, java.net.url, java.sql.blob, java.util.uuid, etc. are built-in basic value types. You can find all basic types in Hibernate documentation. Basic value types. Composite type value types, embeddable types. In JPA, composite types are also called embedded types. Hibernate traditionally called them components. Composite value types look like exactly an entity, but does not own lifecycle and identifier. Mapping composite value, you can see collection value types. Hibernate allows to persist collections. Collection value types subcategorize into three types. Collection of basic value types, collection of composite or embeddable types, collection of custom types. Here you can see Hibernate as two types, entity types and value types. Entity types, an object of entity types has its own identity, primary key value. An entity has its own life cycle. value types. An object of value types has no database identity, no primary key. It belongs to an entity and it is embeddable in a table row of owning entity table column. Entity type has basic types, composite types, and collection types. Basic types you can see here, and composite types here, and collection types here, and here the mapping we will here you can see. Now this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching it.